What the hell? Jesus Christ. Thank you. We're returning from recess. Hope you all enjoyed it. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Here.
Ms. Scott?
Here.
Mr. Conway?
Here.
Mr. Gignac?
Here.
Mr. Leary?
Here.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy?
Here.
7 present.
All present. We'll start then, line by line, as suggested by Ms. Martin. Before we do, the first page is on the school committee, and we therefore need according to the rule of necessity, we need a vote because you'll be voting on your own stipends. I'd entertain a motion. Thank you, Mr. Leary. Seconded by Ms. Martin. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yeah.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas.
Thank you. For the school committee's budget, we have a total of $59,320. Motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Conway. On the motion, roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have the superintendent's budget. Total of $714,446.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have under Finance and Administrative Services, a total of $2,356,762. Motion by Mr. Gignac, seconded by Mr. Conway. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have Department Head Supervisors, a total of Next, we have the second Finance and Administrative Services page, total of $3,426,762. Motion to approve by Mr. Gignac, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call, please. Question on it? Ms. Scott?
Can I just ask a question for you to the superintendent, please? Madam Superintendent, do you know if the software that we spoke about for enrichment is included in this budget?
I believe that the software that we use, I'll ask Ms. Abrams, but annually, we replace all of the programs that we normally use, and I believe it's on this page. So I don't know if it...
Or this was specific software that we discussed?
Yes.
Are you referring to in like the Discovery Education? Yeah, we've been looking at that, and it will be, I don't know if it's in this line, but there is money for that, and we will be able to do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Thank you. Next, on the department heads and supervisors, there was a total of $1,808,915. Mr. Conway.
Motion to
Motion to
approve.
approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Ms. Rosikowicz. Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have principals, total of $6,571,987.
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Mr. Gignac, seconded by Ms. Scott. Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have regular education instruction for the classroom, a total of $54,953,303. Mr. Leary.
Quick question, just, then this includes what the high school's teacher's budget is as well? Or is this just,
Correct. Teachers all through the district would be included on pages 20 and 21 for regular ed, and then a little bit later in the budget for special ed.
okay. Just to go over, I guess, just two quick questions. One, I guess, regarding the numbers that they were presenting. I know we were looking at cuts, that they were proposing potentially 6 cuts, and we had talked potentially maybe 12 cuts. I think these are positions that haven't been filled at this point in time?
In the budget now, there would be positions for potentially, there are people currently in them for this school year. It may be a combination of like retirements, so someone's real position would be eliminated, but a person wouldn't be affected because they'd be retiring. It would just offset class size. Or potentially also, just depending on where the cut actually came, it could be someone who was like a long-term sub for the year, who wouldn't be put back into that position if it didn't exist next year.
Okay. I think in the schedule at this time at the high school, we're looking at the class sizes, that definitely we could deal with 6 positions less. The reason that, and potentially up to 12, depending on how you really analyze it, the reasons that I bring this up, I don't know what our Title I, II, and III grants are. I mean, they're likely to get cut, and those are real positions, so we could be eliminating people anyway out of different areas. 2, we haven't really put any additional new money for new equipment for technology. Is there any thoughts in terms of how we're going to deal with the Title I cuts if they do come? Or what type of plan we would have? And would this be an area we'd want to put in suspense account, or it's an area that you think you can manage efficiently with rollover money from next year?
With regard to the grant cuts, there are 3 major areas that are going to be affected by that. Title I is certainly significant to us. There is a significant special ed grant, I forget the fund code, and then there's also a significant early childhood grant that funds a lot of our paraprofessionals and early childhood kindergarten teachers. We really won't know until probably the end of June, or possibly even until sometime in July, because it's all formula-based and it's just part of an allocation that we receive each year. If you were to move or really reduce any positions in the budget tonight, it would put a freeze on hiring them or really even looking at those positions as far as the schedule is concerned, because we'd have to consider them a cut. So even if you were to move them into the suspense account, we'd still have to actually not fill, say, those 6 positions through the combination of either retirements or not bringing back other long-term subs, depending where it falls. What we had planned to do was, obviously, there are positions that the schools are still posting for. Now that the budget is settled, there'll be one final compendium that goes out for all the open positions in the district, and then interviews will start taking place for that about 20 days after it gets posted, so through the end of June, right into early July. I would hope by that point in time, we'd have a better understanding of the grant cuts with regard to at least the full-time positions and how they'd be affected. And then if the grants were going to be cut, and obviously if it was a service we had to have, then we would look to possibly local budget positions that were already funded that potentially couldn't be filled, as long as they weren't supplanting, to continue that service. So by actually leaving the positions in the budget now, it does almost provide us some better flexibility. It's still going to be a good, month and a half while the hiring process takes place. But if you actually did move them out or even move them to the suspense, then we really would have to not fill them and consider them more like a cut at
So
this point.
it's advantageous to fill, it doesn't really matter, it's probably advantageous if you're not gonna end up cutting them, you have the person ready to go. But if you do have the title
Funding,
grants, yeah, if you do have the title grants, you can go in and take that money to supplement the title cut. That's the correct way.
Basically, yeah, you'd be picking up the person who you lost on the grant and being able to fund them through the local budget.
One other question that we had talked about in Finance Subcommittee, and I think maybe even Personnel, was the ROTC audit, about adding an additional ROTC individual. The headmasters knew he's coming on, he's going to, just, I guess, start really officially July 1st, but he's there. Now, can they make recommendations to add that among the budget, within their regular structured personnel today?
Within and I did have a conversation with Mr. Martin about this, within the existing staffing they have, as they're finalizing their course enrollments and course requests for next year, we'd indicated that, we certainly weren't going to be adding staff to the high school, but they should look in their course requests. And if they need to, add an extra math teacher and have one less English teacher, or add an ROTC position, and there's also concern about an extra sped position for a particular group of kids, that they really need to do that within the confines of the existing FTE staff that they have.
Okay.
So I know they're going to be looking at that over the course of June as school concludes, and then I wouldn't be surprised if they actually bring us some recommendations that are going to be within the budget that you approve, but to change a position here or there, and that would probably come back to you if necessary in July, just so that they can finalize their schedule. But by then, too, we'd also have a better idea of the grants, and you could have some report.
So he's afforded, the administration of the high school then is afforded the flexibility, and so if they need, again, a math teacher, or like I was thinking of ROTC, rope course, who knows?
Right.
Something to that effect, but he does have that flexibility.
Within the existing staffing FTEs that he has now.
The last question for it is the day-to-day subs, you're already you're over, the numbers, last year was 158,000, you're actually, we didn't even budget what we correctly spent.
Right.
We probably should be budgeting what we correctly spent. I don't want to increase something, but we had a motion, I had the motion that got shot down regarding starting to look at budgeting how we're doing substitutes in different schools, allocating numbers based on the 1.1 million. I think that's been a number we've been using for a while, but we've never hit that number. We're always a little bit over, which is not responsible. So I think, I'll be bringing that motion up again, because I think we should be, again, you don't have a lot of control over the, with the collective bargaining, et cetera, but we should be looking at and managing that as best possible. One of the ways of looking at that is setting up kind of a budget, even though you're going to have to go back and fund it, but some type of mechanism to start to reverse that trend, or start budgeting it correctly. One or the other.
Yeah, and this week, actually, with payroll tomorrow, I think, we basically we have another week and a half left of school, but we basically go over the 1.1 that we have budgeted for the year. It's a situation, quite honestly, I believe at one point in time, around 2003, 2004, we were budgeting at least $1.4 million a year, and then there was a year we cut down to $1.3 million, $1.2 million, $1.1 million. It's not a realistic budget number. It's a number that I can manage in the context of that whole $54 million budget. And it's been one of those accounts that we haven't, wanted to increase. We've tried to manage. I will say, in possibly one of the subcommittees, we did switch to the online ASOP substitute tool, and there's really some great functionality in there for us as a district to be able to see what's happening on a daily and weekly basis with subs, and the individual schools can drill down on their own to their absences and subs and cause. So perhaps at a subcommittee meeting, we could show that whole tool and how we're trying to manage the day-to-day sub accounts.
So you've had that tool for a while then, you were still, I guess the number is not realistic.
It's not a real number.
Okay, so we should really probably put the real number going forward as we do the budget. If we're paying out more, we should budget for it. All right, thank you.
Mr. Conway, then Mr. Gignac.
Yeah, just through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Lang. How many pink slips did we hand out?
Again, and actually, Ms. Scott had asked me the same question. I believe for the purposes of protecting ourselves for the budget, it was somewhere between 20 and 25. There were some additional pink slips that were given out, or just non-renewal letters that went out to other staff that we just had elected not to bring back next year. So
How does that reflect on this $54 million, or does it have any effect at all on it?
No, it doesn't have any effect on it. Well, because we'll have a level service budget, we'll actually be able to, tomorrow and Friday, send letters out to those folks indicating that they are going to have a position next year.
Okay, that's the point I was trying to get to, that.
No, we'll be able to recall.
So those pink slips will be null and void after tonight then, is that correct?
For the people we want to bring back for those purposes, correct.
Correct, okay, right, thank you.
Mr. Gignac.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to go off of what Mr. Leary was talking about in regards to substitute teachers in that budget, it looks like we usually don't reach the 800 grand in the long-term subs. So if my colleagues don't mind, I would suggest that we take $100,000 from the long-term subs line item and move that to the day-to-day subs line item to make that total 1.2 million and to make the long-term sub total 700,000.
Motion by Mr. Gignac, seconded by Mr. Leary. On the motion, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes?
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes,
7 yeas, approved.
thank you. On the, we don't actually have an original motion on the line item. That would be $54,953,303. Motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Conway. On the motion, Ms. Scott?
I had a question about the full-time equivalents, the FTEs, through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Lang. I noticed that on some of the individual schools, we had a disproportionate number of teachers to the number of students in the schools. And I just wanted to find out if there were other places that also have a percentage of a person that floats to another school.
No, you talking like, we were talking about the Moody and the Washington or the Riley situation? No, for the most part, for those two schools with regard to the Allied Arts, they each, although they're only like a two-strand school, so they're about half the size of our other elementary schools, they each have on paper dedicated a full-time phys ed, a full-time art, and a full-time music position. But the Riley Elementary School is actually a five-strand. It's our only school with five. They have K through 4, but they have 5 classrooms at each grade level. So each of the alternative school, not the alternative schools, the Moody and the Washington, the smaller elementary schools, one day a week they have a different allied art, providing like an extra 6 days of allied arts to the Riley. It's very difficult in the budget to reflect that just that one day a week that someone's spending somewhere else. So instead of doing like 0.8 at those schools and 0.2 at the other, we just always have had listed them under their home school, but they do go and provide that service elsewhere. Other than that, in the budget, there may be occasionally like a special ed specialist type person that might have some responsibility over a couple of schools. There are some sign language interpreters that will work with kids at multiple grade levels, and they'll go building to building. There are some specialized, again, special ed staff that will have different populations or programs in different schools, but they would only be reflected in their home school. The only other scenario I can really think of at the middle school level, also in music, there were 3 instrumental music teachers that, for budget purposes, are assigned to their home school. So they're allocated 1.0 to, like there's one, I believe, at the Butler and one at the Daily, yet they actually service 2 or 3 of the middle schools. So instead of doing, 0.2 and 0.3 and throughout the budget, I don't want to miss that whole, the one FTE, it's really one FTE for my budgeting purposes, but at the school level, I don't reflect that down at their level. But those are the only cases I can really think of.
Okay, those are actually the ones that I noticed were the music, a couple of extra music teachers at certain schools. There
Right.
were, we had increased 2 phys ed teachers at 2 of the middle schools, and I didn't know exactly how you assign a position to the number of students that you have at that school. I guess that was my question. When do you decide to add another teacher? Is that the decision of the individual principal, or?
The individual schools will take into consideration their schedule and their staffing model. Over the years, there has been some, I guess, disparity from school to school with regard to, how many particular allied artists they might have. Some might have more phys ed than art and music, and vice versa. A lot of times, it's around a particular skill set of individuals within the building. For the purposes of scheduling, it really doesn't matter if it's a music or an art teacher to make the schedule work. It's really just that allied art time that you need to be able to have the academic teachers together for the common planning time. But you will, when you actually look at the individual school profiles, there are some schools that have more FTEs in total, regardless of whether they're math or science or social studies. That kind of varies based on what the need is that particular year. But the bottom line FTE will vary a little bit from school to school, and that's just historical.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway? Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have regular education instruction for specialists, a total of $10,597,591. Motion to approve by Ms. Martin, seconded by Ms. Rostikowicz. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway? Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Thank you. Next, we have regular education instruction for the classroom, total of $2,325,870. Ms. Martin?
Thank you very much. I just have a random question. Could anyone tell me briefly just what the Boston Lyric Opera project is? I know, I'm sorry to pull it out like that, but it just...
Madam Superintendent?
There is, the lyric opera is where I believe it was sixth grade. Is it sixth grade? Sixth grade students are afforded a trip to an opera as a cohort. And so it's been something that we've been able to keep in the budget for an extended period of time. And what happens is the music teachers, if it still is running in the same way as when I was in the curriculum office, they have some training for teachers about what Barbara of Seville was one particular year. And then they have some training for the music teachers. There's a presentation for the young people in music class, and then there is a field trip for them to experience the opera. And so that is the Lyric Opera Project. So it is a system-wide opportunity for a particular grade level. In the past, it's been the sixth grade, and I believe that's how it continues.
Okay. I mean, that's great. Has it always been pulled out like this in the budget? Wow. Oh, very pleased to see it.
So every sixth grader in the city of Lowell is going to an opera. I'm at the Bartlett School, I'm going to an opera if I'm at, okay.
Yes, the training is done through our music teachers, and the director at Lowell High School, Ms. Santagani, and now Dr. Clark, have overseen that particular project. There was 1 year when there was a problem with the program wasn't running when we sent the children someplace else using that funding, but the opera piece is back in place and something we do.
Thank you. I'd entertain a motion to approve. So moved by Ms. Rostikowicz, seconded by Ms. Martin. If Mary will sing the roll call.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have other instructional programs, a total of $534,079.
Quick question.
Move to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Ms. Martin. Mr. Leary.
Just a quick question through you to the superintendent or assistant superintendent. Just on the ROTC, I know that a lot of them are funded by, or half of it is federal. Have we heard anything about sequester at all for those positions? I mean,
Yeah, I met with them probably about Maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago at this point, they came over because they did receive some information with regarding sequestering and how that was going to affect them. They're okay for the coming school year, but at this point in time, unless something were reversed at the federal level on the sequestration matter, for the 14-15 school year, beginning them, the maximum contract that the government's going to extend to them is 10 months as opposed to 12. So right now, our instructors are 12-month instructors, so they work year-round, and they receive half of their pay for that from the federal government. We actually pay their full salary, but we get reimbursed for about half of it. And then we have an alternate salary scale for them because, again, they're year-round employees, and it takes into consideration the federal funding. So potentially a year from now, it won't affect us for the current school year. Their positions may switch to 10 months, and it would actually really kind of be out of our control because it's the way that they're going to rework their pension payments for them. But it won't be something that'll come into effect for the current year. I would wonder, for the 3 folks that work with us, they'll obviously be fine. If we were to go for a 4th instructor, there is a chance that the Air Force wouldn't allow that person to work on a 12-month schedule because they may not want to add another 12-month when they're really trying to streamline everything down to 10. So if that were ever the case, based just the timing of how it would happen for the first year, it really wouldn't matter because by the time you posted an interview, they wouldn't be starting till the start of the school year anyway. They really wouldn't be on board for the summer. But we may need to convene, if that were the case, and work on some type of a side letter or an alternate salary schedule to reflect a 10-month work year as opposed to a 12.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas approved.
Next, we have special education instruction, a total of $26,192,968. What's the wish of the committee? Move to approve by Ms. Ross-Sikowicz, seconded by Ms. Scott. Any discussion? Mr. Gignac.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a quick question to the superintendent. Earlier in the night, we approved a new home education plan that will be in district. I'm just curious as to what line item that is in.
The, Mr. Ling informs me it's part of the special education grant, so it's not in the local budget funding, so it would be through the SPED funding through their grant.
Okay, thanks.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas approved.
Next, we have adult education, a total of $478,203. Move to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Ms. Martin. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas approved.
Next, we have for the library, a total of $671,836. Move to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Ms. Ross-Sikowicz. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Mrs. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas approved.
Under audio-visual instruction, we have a total of $258,355. Move to approve by Ms. Ross-Sikowicz, seconded by Ms. Scott. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yay.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas approved.
Next, we have professional development, a total of $669,100. Motion to approve by Ms. Ross-Sikowicz, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Under instructional technology, we have a total of $1,273,665. Motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gignac. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
For guidance counselors, social workers, and psychologists, we have a total of $4,153,479. Move to approve by Mr. Conway, seconded by Mr. Leary. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
For the Family Resource Center and Student Support Services, we have a total of $713,414. What's the wish of the committee? Move to approve by Ms. Scott, seconded by Ms. Martin. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
For transportation, we have a total of $6,314,480. Motion to approve by Ms. Martin, seconded by Mr. Gignac. Mr. Leary.
Just, I know we talked about this a little bit in the finance subcommittee meeting. We haven't had any plans to like push back the distances or anything in terms of the busing for K through 8 or, well, K through 8, that's all we have. If we come down to a situation where we are making cuts at title grants, are we still going to have enough time if we had to go back to that to make changes? Or is that just too late at that point and this number is solidified after this vote?
Madam Superintendent?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Murphy. After our initial discussions, when we mentioned things at the subcommittee meeting, I followed through with the transportation director. I had asked Mr. Dakota if we had to reduce or increase that middle school mileage piece beyond what it is. Mr. Dakota informed me that the way we stand right now, that increasing the mileage at the elementary and the middle school level would not impact the budget quite enough, only because he says that because of the city, the makeup of the city, he said the overpasses and the bridges and whatnot, it would not be substantial savings. He said in all of the cuts over years, he's made as much as he possibly can. So he didn't think the impact would be in the millions or several $100,000 range. He thinks that in folding back, it's not going to be as extensive as we would hope. But we could look into that in more detail, Mr. Leary. That was an initial conversation, but he said at his working of trying to decrease that budget over time, that would not be a substantial savings because the children who are having that time, they're in those complicated areas where we don't transport them in certain places where we think are dangerous. So he says, really, those are the places where we have to still keep the kids on buses. That's what he told me, but of course, we can look into more detail if we have that need.
And we would have the time, and, I mean, I agree with it, we definitely have we've cut that as much as we can. It's obviously, he's done a good job trying to manage that. I think we need to be aggressive next year as we get into next budget year, talking about the zone schools, but that's another topic for another day. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin? Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have professional development, a total of $669,100. Just trying to keep you on your toes.
Did we already do that? Yeah, I think we're on athletics.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gignac. Next, we have athletics and student activities, a total of $1,181,212. It's the wish of the committee. Mr. Conway to approve, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Mr. Gignac,
Yes.
Mr. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Martin,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have custodial and security services for a total of $6,521,434.
Question.
Mr. Conway.
Yeah, just a quick question here, through you to the Mr. Lang. Could you just very briefly explain the difference between overtime, the use of the buildings, overtime man-out, and overtime miscellaneous? I mean, why that wouldn't be all, like, grouped together?
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
Very briefly. It's just the way that we actually account for it. Overtime, it really just does help us for our reporting even to the DOE. Use of buildings would be if the Lowell Public Schools or another organization were using a school, we would want to charge it off to that particular overtime account. Man-out is contractual, so if a custodian is out sick at a school and another custodian fills in, by contract, they're allowed 2 hours of overtime to clean the area of the person that's out sick. And miscellaneous would be an account, obviously that doesn't fall into the other two, that, like Mr. Curley, if he's doing summer projects or individual schools have a particular need, it would get charged off to that account.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz,
Yes.
Ms. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Mr. Gignac,
Yes.
Mr. Leary,
Yes.
Ms. Martin, Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Thank you. Next, we have employee benefits and retirement for a total of $100,000. Excuse me, for a total of $15,700,736. Move.
No.
Okay. Mr. Lang?
This is the account that we're going to use to balance the level service budget, so give me 1 second and I'll give you the new number. Okay, so we're going to reduce the cost of insurance by $1,168,774. So the new bottom line figure is going to be $14,539,862.
What's the wish of the committee?
Just a quick question.
Mr. Leary?
Not to deal with making the move, but you notice there's not like any reduction in health budget after all the changes that we've made. I mean, there is a reduction over one time frame, from 10 to 12, but we don't, from the budget numbers, it isn't like there's no savings whatsoever. What is that?
I'm sorry, that was, I actually printed out for you. When Mr. Gignac at the last meeting had
Yeah.
asked about the health savings really came between 2011 and 2012.
Which is obvious from the numbers.
Right, so the number actually in 2012 was 19,005,057, and it went down to 16,750. I apologize, and I'll give you a copy of that printout after the meeting. But it went from 19 million down to 16,750, so it was about a $2.25 million savings.
Okay, that makes much
That was
much
big.
different.
Yeah, and in this particular year, in the current health insurance account, we had to allocate a portion of funding for the mitigation fund for our active employees as part of that health settlement. In the current year, we also have to allocate some funding, I believe about $250,000 or $300,000. And then the following year, that's going to come off. So we're actually thinking we're going to see about 3 years of level funding the health insurance, even though the health insurance is going up in smaller percentage points than it had in the past. It was really that $2.25 million savings that we saw over last year's budget that helped us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Ross-Sikowicz?
I just had one question with regard to student accident insurance. You're setting that budget for next year for $16,000, yet in previous years, we've spent far less than that. So I
Right.
wonder, is there a change in the premium?
No, actually, in the last Last year's budget, it was allocated at 7,500. It's a insurance policy that we have to go out to bid on each year, and we've actually seen increasing claims over the last couple of years, and we only received one bid for the policy. It was the same company we've had in the past, but just based on the actual claims, the contract, or the bid came in at 16,000. So we're projecting that, so we're actually, when the actuals come in for this year, that 75 is really 16, and then we're projecting it to be about the same for the following year. It was all
Thank you.
based on increased claims.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Entertain a motion to approve. So moved by Mr. Gignac, seconded by Mr. Leary. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Ross Sikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Just a question. Thank you, Ms.
Mr.
May.
Gignac.
Did you need a motion to decrease that budget?
The motion was on,
The new number?
The new
Okay,
number,
thanks.
$14,539,862. Next, we have rentals for $100,000. Entertain a motion? Mr. Leary.
Just a quick question, and I think I know the answer to it, but just to confirm, why are we paying money to park in a city garage? I mean, is it a wash, net school spending? I mean, that's something,
This has just been something that's gone on forever.
well, I know, but is it because it's a wash? Because if we take the $100,000, the city gets a count on the net school spending side? I mean, I don't,
Yeah, but we actually, prior to 2009, the last year that we're showing the actuals, I think we used to actually expend about $250,000 to $300,000 a year. And there was it's all based on actual, just the monthly card passes we have to
Yeah.
purchase for the teachers at the high school. A few years back, when we were also in some financial difficulty, when we met with the city at the time, they did agree to basically have us just pay $100,000 in cash, and whatever the extra is just comes back as a chargeback at the end of the year.
on net school
But-
spending?
On net school spending.
All right.
It's all net school spending wash in the end. But when the city formed that parking authority, or whatever kind of that separate subdivision is, they actually, as part of that organization, they had budgeted for $100,000 worth of revenue from sale of these cards coming in from the schools. So if we didn't give that $100,000, they don't see at the parking authority any net school spending credit. The credit really goes back to the city. So we'd agreed to just keep the $100,000 cash contribution and to just take anything over the 100 as a charge back towards net
But
school
isn't that
spending.
double dipping then? Because you're paying them $100,000 and they're not taking a credit on net school spending?
Oh, they don't take a
Okay.
credit on, no, they don't take a credit on the 100,000. It's just anything over 100,000, they charge back to us on net school spending.
But that's kind of like, almost like, it's a city employees parking in a city garage. It's kind of, it's still, even if, so, and not to kill this tonight, but I think this is something that we need to talk with the city side. Why are we being charged extra over? You're paying them $100,000 out of your budget.
It's not a double hit as far as net school spending is
I
concerned.
get that.
But it's more of a equity issue where you're charging school department employees to park in the city garage and not city employees. That's a different argument that we should.
But I mean, if your actuals are 200, again, I'll end now, but if it's 200, then we shouldn't be charged for the extra, they shouldn't be able to get a credit for something that's a taxpayer garage for a city employee. Are they charging like the Lowell Police Department or someone else to park there?
Well, that would be our argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what we should be making, because we're all city employees. Thank you.
Mr. Conway, and then Ms. Scott.
Yeah, just very quickly, and I think that, excuse me, I think that Mr. Leary answered the question, but let me just try to clarify this. Are other, through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Lang, are other city employees parking in the parking lots?
It's my understanding that they are.
And are they charged?
No.
See, that doesn't make any sense, to be quite frank with you. Why are we spending the $100,000 then? That doesn't make, why is the school department billed for $100,000 and the rest of the city employees aren't billed for a dime? Doesn't make any sense. How long has this been going on?
I couldn't tell you. Oh,
Well,
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to sit down, as Mr. Leary said, we need to sit down and rectify this situation, and, again, not to be charged $100,000. Thank you,
Ms.
Mr. Mayor.
Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Mr. Lang. I don't have it with me this evening. Do you know the total amount that was charged back on the net school spending agreement for parking in addition to the $100,000?
Hang on one second. Last year, the actual for last year was 100 and, I'm sorry. Yeah, 151,296.
So the total parking fee that we're being charged is $251,000, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's just alarming, and I think that's certainly, as my colleagues have stated, certainly it's deserving of conversation with the city. I did the math. I don't even get it, that it equates to more than the monthly parking charge. I had this conversation with you. So if we could get a better accounting on what we're being charged on that, I'd appreciate it.
Any further discussion? We don't yet have a motion. Motion to approve by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Gignac. Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Thank you. Next, we have capital outlay for a total of $300,000. What's the wish of the committee? Move to approve by Ms. Rostikowicz, seconded by Ms. Martin. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac? Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Next, we have, for the suspense account, $0. Mr. Lang?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, you, $0 left in the suspense account to balance the budget. And the final action of the night would actually be to confirm and appropriate the bottom line school department FY14 operating budget of $145,521,155.
Do I have a motion for this? That's... Motion to vote for nothing in the suspense account. So moved by Ms. Martin, seconded by Mr. Leary. Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Mr. Lang?
I am sorry again. I actually, because we reduced the, so I'm going to give you a new bottom line, because we reduced the $1 million odd to make the budget balance,
Right.
because we're really rolling over 13 to 14. The new bottom line budget for 14 is $144,360,281.
I'd entertain a motion to approve that bottom line. So moved by Ms. Martin, seconded by Mr. Leary. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Rostikowicz?
Yes.
Ms. Scott?
Yes.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Gignac?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
7 yeas, approved.
Entertain then a motion to adjourn. So moved by Ms. Rostikowicz, seconded by Mr. Gignac. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, so voted. We stand adjourned.